do you ever have problems with your children, or somebody else's children, or maybe your parents, or whatever? Problems in relationships where they have sort of a self-destructive behavior. Well, the Bible says that Jesus was walking along, as he usually did, and out among the people, and he found a family that had a young man who was constantly throwing himself in a fire. He was trying to kill himself. He had destructive behavior, and we can call that whatever you want to call it. It could be drugs. It could be sexual orientation, whatever you want to call it. It's just destructive behavior that's going to end up crippling, destroying the child. Well, Jesus came across this person, and he said, basically, what's the problem? And they had all these problems, and they described symptoms. And Jesus wants you to know that a lot of the problems you have, they're a spiritual problem. If it doesn't make any sense, there's a demon in there somewhere. And so Jesus said, well, he's demon possessed. What are we going to do with all this? And so the Bible says in 9:23, Mark 9:23, Jesus said to him, if you can, all things are possible to him who believes. And immediately the boy's father cried out and said, I do believe, help my unbelief. So right now, take the problem to Jesus. And Jesus is going to say, all right, what about your doubts? What about your doubts? You're saying, if I can, what do you mean if? All things are possible with me. I can do anything that I want to do. That's not the problem right now. The problem is, do you believe that I can do this? Do you believe I'm the Son of God? Do you believe I'm the answer to your problem? Do you believe my salvation will purge that child of this demonic activity? And do you believe all of that? And before I go any further, I want to remind you that we take sin and we categorize it. We say, this is the worst sin, this is the second worst sin, this is third worst sin. Listen, honor your father and your mother is as much a sin and a breaking of one of the 10 commandments as thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery is part of the 10 commandments. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy is part of the 10 commandments. So we want to categorize this thing and say, well, I'm not going to go to church today. I don't feel good, or I think it's boring, or I want to go over here where it's more fun, or I need to go to the beach. 1,000 different reasons why we don't go to church on Sunday. But remember that God takes that so seriously. In fact, this is how much God takes it seriously. He looked at the children of Israel and he said, you're in Babylon for 70 years to make up for me all the Sabbaths you have broken. So God takes it seriously. He takes all of these things seriously. And so you've got this problem. This self-destructive behavior, and everything is rebellion against God. And the man said, if you want to, and Jesus said, if I want to, if I can, all things are possible. And the man said, when Jesus said that, he says, I believe. And then he said to Jesus, help thou my unbelief. Now that encourages me, because there are times where I get to doubting and I get fearful and I have anxiety and I'm anxious or something about like that. And so I have to literally go to the Lord and say, the problem right now, God, is not the problem. The problem is me and how I'm reacting to the problem. So I need for you to work on me. I need for you to reveal yourself to me and reveal your power to me. I need to nurture this relationship I have with you, because when I see you, then I will feel safe. I will feel safe. It's like my children when they were little. If they were frightened, if they were scared or something like this, all I had to do is go into their presence, maybe look under a bed, maybe look in a closet. And if that didn't work out, then maybe just get them and bring them and put them in bed with you. So sometimes that's better. That's better to be inconvenienced a little bit than lose a whole night's sleep. So right now, let's determine we're going to leave all these relational problems. We're going to turn them over to Jesus, and we're going to do that by prayer. And we're going to start being thankful for who God is and who we are in Jesus Christ. Lord, I believe you're the Son of God. I believe you died on the cross. I believe you rose from the grave. And if you've got power over grave, if you can reach into that grave of Lazarus and jerk him out of there, you can reach into my grave and pull me out of there. And you can reach into that surgical suite and pull me out of there. You can reach into that psych ward and pull me out of there. You can reach into that drug addiction and pull me out of there. You can reach into that sexual perversion and pull me out of there. You can do that, God. You can pull us out of all these situations because you are God and there's none like you. And you have chosen me to have a relationship with you for all eternity. Wow, isn't that something? Maybe you just need to pray today, right now. Thank you so much. God bless you.